had some buckets right here. Look at that. If they're still here when the sun goes down, this is a bigger bucket. 2 bigger ones, then some mediums, and then some small ones. I'll probably come back when the sun is going down. If they're still here, I'll pick them up. Don't move. Where are you at? There you are. Wow. Yeah, pretty. Good morning, friends. It's Jen. It is Wednesday, 27th. I know it's a Wednesday, and it must be in the low 70s or high 60s right now. It's really nice, and I'll show you. Well, you with me? Nothing, but I just want to show you the blue skies. And the blue skies behind. Sun is out. The sun's nice and warm, not hot. And there is a nice, cool, very slight breeze. If you can see the greenery here swaying a little. Okay, friends, so what should we talk about today? Well, let's talk about that tornado that swept down the freeway there. Do you remember in a couple of videos I showed you how far the freeway is from this community? Well, I think it was on that opposite end on 35. So what happened was my son was in the backyard, took his dog out to get her a little exercise before bedtime so she can go to sleep. And he was out in the dark, and then he called me out because he knows I love to look at the sky. And he's like, "Mom, come out and look at this lightning." And all we saw was lightning. We didn't hear any thunder, nothing from a distance at all. And it was really nice. I mean, I've never seen thunder like that in California, at least in the areas where I've lived. I've never seen lightning, just constant, nonstop. So I was on the video, I was telling him, yeah, it'd be nice if the neighbor would turn off the light. And then I thought, well, let's go over to where, the construction site where our home is, because nobody lives there and the street lights aren't on. So let's just take a drive there and we'll park actually in this street here. We came here to this one so we can see. Just came back to visit me. Look at that butterfly. So we parked right here on this street, and we had that nice view so you could see over on the west the lightning show. And then we kind of went up a little more, and we went further back, and we went to the house. We're in the front of the house, and it was just so dark, and it was so nice out there, quiet. And then we kind of went up a little bit ways, coming a little bit closer to the house, and we had the windows down, and we were just listening. But the wind was so strong, friends. The wind was so strong. And then I think we started getting little, not powder, but really small sprinkles. But the wind really picked up. And then my daughter-in-law says, well, it's getting time for Liam to go to bed. We should head back. And before Liam said that, he says, can you roll up the windows? I don't like the sound of this wind. It feels like a tornado's coming. Which was a little prophetic there, Liam. And then closed the windows, started driving. We thought, well, we'll just go down the hill where the skeletons are, that house, and then go home. And then it was like maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes after we got home from that, our phones, our cell phones, just started going off with alerts saying, get into shelter now, tornado warning, get into shelter now. Of course, poor Liam was scared. My husband and I were like, what? And then my son and I looked at each other like, oh my gosh, we were just out there. And yeah, and so my son mentioned something that the radar system that tracks the tornadoes, you know, when looks like they're gonna form, he said that he found out they were down. It was down for I don't know how long. That's why we didn't get an advanced warning on the tornado. And then Tom was over at the gym because in the evenings he works part-time at the gym. He's a trainer, and he wasn't going to get home until 9 o'clock. And the warning was going to end at 9:30. And we texted him and told him stay indoors. Plus, yeah, well, then finally we were monitoring it, and we didn't have signal in the storage room. So I was telling my son, I said, you know, you need to really remove some stuff from the storage closet, and you need to replace it with some emergency things. You need to know where your candles are, your flashlights. I told him you need to bring your shoes in. We need to take shoes because we're all in our socks. So you always have your shoes, especially boots if possible. I remember when I was like 16 years old, my mom would say that. My mom would tell us, because you know we lived in earthquake zone, especially when the, what was it, 1993? October 17th? 1987, I think it was 1987. October 17th, 1987, I remember my mom would always tell us, or at least she told me, she's like, make sure you have your shoes on the side of your bed, you have a jacket, flashlight, everything. I was like 13 or 16, but because you're gonna have broken glass if things break in the house. But anyways, friends, so yeah, so I told my son, I said, come Christmas time, you know, for Christmas, I think you should spend your money instead of on toys. And I mean, we'll probably get Liam a couple of fun little things, but we need to get some, how do you call it, long range walkie-talkies or something. That way we can, because we try to call Tom, I try to call the gym to tell him to stay there, because you know the signals for our phones was going out. And yeah, so we just want to make some investments on some long range walkie-talkies, and you know, build up the water, build up the food. Yeah, so that's that, friends. So everything was good. And then off the freeway there was like at least 8 pole lines down on the side of the freeway, and I think a horse trailer turned over, but we were fine. Liam was scared, poor little fella. And yeah, we left our pets. I left Izzy in the bedroom, and she was under the bed, and my son's dog and cats were upstairs. And I wanted to get my Izzy girl, but yeah, when we get into our home, Izzy's gonna come with us into the storage. So we found the hallway closet. So we're gonna move on to another subject. I'll probably insert a little bit of the video footage, but we did have our walkthrough for the wiring. Was it pre-wiring? Oh, it's the crickets back here making that noise. I always like to keep an eye on what's going on behind me. What is that? I think it's the crickets making that noise. Yeah, it's the crickets. We went to a pre-wiring, or it was already wired, I think it is. And we went to do the walkthrough. It's the walkthrough before they put the drywall on inside.
Consistent with all of these panels, okay? So what they do is they bring them in on this truck, they start laying them out, and they just put these panels together. So everywhere you see where the break is?
Oh, yeah.
That bottom plate right there?
Yeah.
Everywhere there's a break, that's a different panel.
Oh.
So whenever we put these panels together, everywhere the panels come together, we put these anchor bolts down here in the bottom into the foundation. And so you'll see it as we go along, like over here, there's an anchor bolt there. So they're easier to see in here because we don't have insulation on this front part. As we go along, you'll have anchor bolts, but we won't be able to see them because of the insulation.
Okay.
Okay.
You are already pre-wired for your garage door opener. You see these brown wires coming down?
Yeah.
There's a box there. There's a box here. That is for your sensors. For that laser that shoots across.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have a brown wire running from that box all the way over. Oh, I'm sorry. All the way over to here. And this is where your garage door opener patch up. So it's all pre-wired. You also have a hard wire for the actual unit up there. In this corner, you have your, that's where your...
Everything looked pretty good. He was telling us, he was explaining a lot of things to us. I didn't put everything on camera, on film, just the garage part, and that was a long walkthrough, so I'll probably insert that little portion here. So he was also stating that our water pipes are insulated after, you know, that incident with the weather freeze over here in Texas. All the pipes were frozen, so this community has all the water pipes are insulated to prevent that. They're anchored. The houses are built to withstand 160, or was it higher than that? I think it's 160 miles per hour wind. Yeah, they're really built to withstand. But then again, you know, if a tornado comes in, there's no challenge. You know, that's not the house won't be a challenge for the tornado. But so the hallway closet in our home is the safest midpoint area with no windows around. It's more sturdy, it's more anchored. He showed us why it was anchored. And yep. I look forward, I can't wait to move into our home. And then Liam can come back and forth. We can come walking here. Liam can go walking with his parents over there. We can come walking and get Liam and walk back. It'll be really nice, but I really, really look forward to moving into my home. And that'll be great. And we did not go into the man told us that he's targeting February, end of January, sometime in February should be our target date to move in for the house to be ready. But then he said, you know, things happen. They're still looking for masons to put the brick on the houses. So there might be little setbacks. It might, you know, prolong the move-in date, but it should be around January, February. So it's not too long. But yep. So my husband's geared and ready. He's like, we need to go start buying some wood. I'm glad he's happy now that we got a stove or a fireplace. And you know, there's heating, but especially the electricity. I mean, I don't know why they chose to put electric stove instead of a gas stove. At least you have gas to use. But then again, if there was a problem with the line, we still wouldn't have gas. So I guess it doesn't make a difference. I do have a solar power generator. I have my panels. I do have a cooking stove. I just need to collect some more canisters, propane canisters. What else do we have? I have a heater that takes propane. I have the Mr. Buddy, I think it's called. I have that. I do have my blankets for the windows. I think I need to pick up more blankets so we can, if it ever gets really cold, I can put blankets, those moving blankets from Tractor Supply, on all of our windows to try and keep, the cold air out as best we can. But yeah, friends, so I think that's about it right now so far. Uh, yeah, I'm not too sure what else to share. I didn't tell Pop about the tornado because he would freak out. He would be like, "Oh my gosh, I think you better come back to California." So I didn't tell Pop about it. I don't want him to get worried. And yeah. But I guess that's about it, friends. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's staying nice and warm and toasty, and just gets what you can prepared. Just maybe put one room in your where you live to be your little safety zone, your warm spot. And just do what you can, friends. Just try to collect little things at a time. Go to thrift stores. Yard sales are still happening here. Haven't gone to one yet. And just try to store some things for a few weeks. Water. Remember, you need flushing water now. Water to wash up and water to flush your toilet, as well as drinking water. And just do the best you can with the means that you have. So, okay, friends, I thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks for watching, friends. Bye.